Hey guys, today I'm going to walk you through how to complete this evaluating sources document. Especially, this is so important today considering how easy it is to publish anything that is fake on the internet. You need to make sure that your information for this research paper is coming from credible, reliable, respected publications and authors. Okay, so that's what this handout is trying to ensure that we do. So to start off, all we're going to do is write in the title, okay, and the author. If you cannot find an author, it is totally fine to say no author. All right. You may realize if you're using government websites and things like that, or an organization, oftentimes there is no author. It's coming directly from the organization. Um, Please put in a link to the article. That will help you find it later, and it can also help me find it as well to make sure and I can verify everything. And next, please put in an MLA citation. I really want you to make sure that you are practicing how to create MLA citations. In one of the previous videos, I showed you how to make one using EasyBib. Very helpful resource. Please feel free to reference that as well if you need help. All right. So the first question that this document asks is this article current? So when was it written? Now that could be either a date or a year, whatever it might be. Okay, but I at least need a year here. If you can't find one, it's possible that we'll make do, and it's possible that you can also get an idea for when it was written based on the article itself. Now, the question that you really need to ask yourself is this current enough for my topic? Now, it really, really depends on what your topic is. If your topic is gun control, then an article written from 2010 might be acceptable. If your article if your research topic is about the coronavirus, then you're going to want the most recent article possible because even something from a month ago might be now outdated. Okay, so it is really, really important that you ask yourself, is this current enough for my topic? Has anything changed about this topic since I started? All right. The next question that you need to ask yourself is this relevant? So what I want you to type right here is just what are you trying to argue? Okay. So are you arguing that America should have more strict gun control? America should have less strict gun control. That's all you're going to write right here in this bullet point. And then you're going to copy and paste some quotes from the article that show us that this article is actually talking about gun control and supporting or not your argument. Okay, so we're just making sure that this article is actually about what you're saying that it's about. The next question, is this article written by someone in a position of authority? Now, authority is an interesting term here, okay? And I'll circle back to that. Who wrote the article? So again, put the author's name in here. If there is no author, this is where this becomes a little tricky because how do we trust someone if we don't know where the information is coming from? Now, if the article is written again from like an organization like the CDC or anything like that, then there's not often going to be an author again. So you would just put the organization, okay? And that is often going to be just fine. But what you do need to ask yourself is what are the writer's credentials? This is what makes this person qualified. Okay, do they have a degree in a particular field that is important? Okay, what accomplishments do they have? Have they been writing for 20 years, 30 years, whatever it might be? Okay, this is where we list their accomplishments. This is where we list the things that make them possibly credible. And then what you need to ask yourself is, do these credentials make this person qualified as a person who should be respected as an expert on this particular topic? All right. It's fine if they've got a degree in a particular field, but if it doesn't actually relate to your topic, then why does it matter? Okay, so that's what you need to ask yourself. Do these credentials make this person qualified that you feel like you can actually trust them about your topic? All right, so moving on. The next question that you need to ask yourself, and this is possibly the most important one, is the article accurate? Where does the information come from? And do they cite their sources? Okay, this is extremely important. We often talk about how Wikipedia is very like unreliable and you shouldn't cite it. But guess what, guys? Even they cite their sources, which is why I often tell people that if you're going to use Wikipedia, then feel free, scroll down to the bottom and look at what sources they use because they might be onto something. Okay. So the next thing you need to ask yourself is, can you verify the information being provided? Find another source. So if you see an interesting fact, a statistic, whatever it might be, try just Googling that fact or statistic and see if you can find it somewhere else. Or if they did cite their sources, then all you need to do is plug in where they cited because they've done the work for you. All right. The final question that you need to ask yourself is, what is the purpose of this article? Why is the article being written? Are they writing this article because they agree with you? Are they being biased in any way? And that's where you need to come in here and really ask yourself, do they have some sort of bias? Do they have some sort of agenda? That means they're trying to convince you of something in some way. A lot of political outlets, you could argue, are biased. They have an agenda. Okay. You need to be careful about where your information is coming from. So, at the very, very bottom, we have what information can you actually use from this article. So this is where you're going to find quotes, facts, statistics, anecdotes, anything at all, graphs even, from the article that you could eventually use for your research paper. Okay, I have 5 here, 5 bullet points. If you've got 10, then hey, keep adding, you might as well. If you don't quite have 5, again, that can often be fine. Don't worry about it too much. All right. So guys, that is your evaluating sources document. Please let me know, as always, if you have any questions. I hope this video was helpful. Normally, we would spend a whole lot more time on this in class, but considering the circumstances, this is kind of the best that we have. Please, guys, stay safe. Hope to hear from you if you do have any questions. Have a good one.